you want to break into data analytics, just put all your energy into Power BI. Simple. So in today's video, I want to talk about why, if I was to do it all over again, so say if I wanted to break into data analytics within 1 to 6 months, why I'll put all my energy into Power BI. So one of the biggest challenges many people face when they're trying to self-teach themselves into data analytics is they come across, a lot of conflicting information. You find one data influencer or content creator saying, learn Excel, SQL, Power BI, Python, Tableau, the whole lot. Then you get another one saying, learn this, learn that. It can be very confusing, like I can understand. So what I'm hoping to do in this video is maybe show you a simpler way of getting into data analytics. You would have probably heard a lot of people say, once you get in there, it's much easier from there. Once you get your first opportunity and, you get that experience, it's very easy to then, move around with the experience you've got, but the key is just getting your foot into the door, so that's what I'm hoping this video will help you to do. All right, so if you see me looking down or to the side or wherever, I'm probably looking at my phone and, trying to look at some bullet points that I've made so that, I don't waffle on too much. But one thing that you have to understand if you want to break into data analytics right now is that, this is the perfect time to get into data analytics. I don't care what other people say. When I was trying to become a data analyst, one of the things that I did that helped me a lot is I stayed away from a lot of negative videos. I only focus on the positive ones because, a lot of people were talking about layoffs and this and that. I didn't pay attention to none of that. I just focused on only positive videos about, from people that are where I want to get to or trying to go to where I'm trying to get to. I didn't focus on all the negative videos and all of that stuff, because one thing I learned myself as a content creator, even though I'm a small one, I guess, but one thing I've learned is people do anything for views, even if it's spreading fear or whatever. So don't focus on that. For me, I personally think, based on my experience, from where I'm coming from to becoming a data analyst, this is probably one of the best times to become a data analyst, okay? Because there's so many companies that need analysts right now. Literally every industry needs a data analyst, okay? And you might think a lot of companies are ahead or in the whole data thing, but there's a lot of companies that are still behind. Every company needs a data analyst today, and that presents a lot of opportunities to all of us. And you'd be surprised to know that there's still a lot of big companies out there that are still using Excel for their analytics. Excel is fine, you can use it to do a lot of things, but it can get very messy because a lot of people are just using in a manual way to do their analytics, and with that presents a lot of problems, because say if that analyst is to move on to a different role, to a different company, a lot of time their analysis that they've done is stuck in their own personal hard drive and they're gone with that information, and then whoever is taking over, it's got a lot of work to do. So even for them to, if he needs to hit the ground running, he'll struggle a lot, because where do you find the data? And and the thing with data is that when it's done very manually, you can have the same data set, but everyone will present it differently. So imagine if you're a director and then you had one analyst doing analysis for you, to take to your meetings or whatever, and then all of a sudden someone else comes in and then takes over that data set, but then the same data set, they're getting different insights from that same data. And then with that, when you go to your meetings, you're going to look a little bit silly, because when you get there, you're presenting something different to what you're presenting like a few months ago. Then it's going to lead to your superiors questioning the integrity of the data that you've been presenting them, and no one wants to be in that position. You understand? When they lose faith in your data, then that's it. It's going to cause a lot of problems. Okay, so companies want to move away from that way of reporting, and they want to have everything in one place as well. You want to have all the data in one place. One of the big issues is that sometimes when you want a simple data set, you don't even know where the data is. You're contacting this person, and then they'll say, oh, it's with that person, and you have to sign on to this platform. It's a whole lot, so it's presenting a lot of challenges to a lot of companies, and companies also want a single source of truth, okay? So they don't want different people saying different things. They want to have everything in one place where, everyone is just working from the same data set, from the same model, so that there's no conflicts of information, and that's where Power BI comes in, and that's where, the opportunity in Power BI lies. Power BI gives you the opportunity to do all of these things, okay? And Power BI also works very well with tools that many organizations already have, like Excel, SharePoint, Azure, and many other platforms. Power BI is part of the whole Microsoft family, so it works very well together, and that's why organizations are moving towards that. And with Power BI, even with the basic Power BI license, you can do so much, and it can be very cost effective as well. So that's where the opportunity is. So that's what organizations are looking for. If you can help them transform their old Excel data sets or whatnot, and integrate it with Power BI, they will love you. You'll be like hotcake to them. You understand? So I recommend, learning Excel, because you need to understand how Excel works to integrate it with Power BI. Many people already have some knowledge of Excel already. To learn Excel to a good level, I think you can do that within 2 weeks, and then just focus the rest of your energy into Power BI. And I promise you, companies are gonna love you. Since I became an analyst, so I'm in my second job right now, and I've only had to use Excel and Power BI for all my analysis. The first company I was in, they were in that process. They had transitioned from Excel into Power BI. So, when I joined, they were heavily into Power BI. So I was using that a lot. And, in this new organization, they're doing the same. So, like both organizations, it's mainly Excel and Power BI that I've used. I haven't really had to use any other tools, really. I haven't used SQL yet. I haven't used Python. I haven't had to use R or any of that. I'm sure in the future there will be an opportunity for me where I'll use that. But in the immediate time, this is what my organization are using, and this is what they want. They are hot on Power BI right now, and if you can do that, I'm telling you, like, they will love you. The last couple of rounds of interviews that I've done, whenever I spoke about Power BI, you could tell the interviewers were so excited, because that's what they want. They want someone to come and help them solve those kind of problems, because they're trying to transition from Excel into Power BI as well. They're trying to centralize their data sets. They're tired of the whole messy Excel manual way of working, and they're trying to move away from that. So whenever I talk about the projects that I did and what I worked on, they were so excited, because they want someone to help them with exactly that. So I'm telling you, if you can learn Power BI, it will present you so many opportunities. If I compare the first interviews that I did when I was trying to break in to now, now I feel like I have the upper hand when I go into interviews. The first job opportunity that I had, of course, I was trying to get my foot in the door, so I'll take anything that I'm given. But now, with the experience, especially with Power BI and stuff, and every job that I look for, obviously I target companies who are looking for, who use those tools, who are looking for someone with Power BI experience. And when I went for the interviews, they were just so excited, because they're trying to solve that exact problem. In my most recent job now, I actually received 2 offers, and I had to, choose one, and, I've never been in that position before, where it felt like 2 companies were competing over me, and it was all because of my Power BI experience, Someone's at the door, hold on. Hello.
Hola, buenos días. ¿Hay
Yeah.
cleaning?
No, tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, thank you. Gracias. Sorry, so I'm actually on holiday. I shouldn't be recording videos, but this is the only best time I can get to record videos. But that was just the cleaner asking if they can come and clean my room. But I said they should just do it tomorrow. So I've never really been in that position. So for me, it was very, very exciting. Where one company gave me an offer, and I'm telling another company, oh, you know what? I've actually received an offer from another company. They offered me this. Can you increase it? And they're trying to actually do something about it. Like, it's a great feeling, and it's all because of Power BI. I'm telling you. And also, let's be honest. Of course, if you know more tools, it will open more doors for you. If you know how to really, if you're confident with using SQL and Python and all those, and R and all those, complex tools, of course, it will put you in a better position. And it will offer, you open more doors to you. But in the immediate term, if you're quickly trying to get into data analytics and just get your foot in there, I think focusing on Power BI will help you a lot. If you take your time, really learn the Power BI. And the good thing about Power BI is, with just knowing the basics, you can do so much. I remember before when I got my first data analytics job, I could only do basic things in Power BI. I didn't really learn about Power BI. I just watched one video and did one of those tutorials on YouTube. I followed along, and that's all the knowledge in Power BI that I had. But with just that little bit of knowledge that I had, I used it to build some projects anyway and put it in my portfolio, and that's what my previous company saw, and they felt like, I could help them with that side of things. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even need to know much to be able to create really, good visuals in Power BI. So I'll just say, yeah, take your time, really learn it, build some cool projects and put it in your portfolio and keep doing that. There's one girl on LinkedIn that I was following, like she was trying to break into data analytics as well. But what she was doing was like literally almost every day she would create like a new project and she was just kept on put it on LinkedIn, like new ones. And it's not very long to do, just create a new analysis and just put it in on LinkedIn. And eventually she got a job from that. You know what I'm saying? And from, looking at it, it looks really nice, but it's not the most complex thing to do. But just learn that, keep improving, and build a cool project, and then put it out there. And I promise you, it will help you a lot once you break in, and once you break into the industry, maybe about 6 to 12 months in, and then you might consider whether you should try something else or whatever if the company is not for you. But the key is just to get your foot into the door, and learning Power BI will help you to do that. About 6 months ago, I went to one meetup event in Canary. I've talked about that a few times in my videos, but there was one of the speakers. He has about maybe 16 years of experience in data analytics, and he was telling me that, or he was doing a presentation about a Microsoft Fabric, but I was asking him about, what should I focus on as a new analyst? He's like, bro, Power BI. Just learn Power BI, focus on that, and that's another good thing why you should, when learning about data doesn't mean just like, reading books and, just watching videos or whatnot. You have to go to these things, go to meetup events, meet like-minded people. And I also took the time to ask him what course I can potentially take to help me to advance in my career. And he's like, bro, definitely take the PL 300 Power BI exam, So he was very bullish on Power BI, and I'd have never known if I didn't go on that meetup event. That's why meetup events are so important. So with that PL 300 course, I'm currently studying for it now. And unlike other, data certifications that you do where, you just learn something and then you do some multiple choice questions or whatever after, and then you get a certificate, very easy to get. But with this one, you actually have to sit an exam. So you pay, I think, about £150 or something like that to take this exam, and then you get that certification. And the thing about that certificate as well is very recognized in the industry. In my current role, on the job specifications, it was written on there, they would love someone who has taken the PL 300 exam, so it will put you in a really great position, so I learned all of that from being in the going to that meetup event. So getting that certificate will also put you in a very great position. So guys, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I'm actually on holiday. Let me show you guys around very quickly. I'm in Mallorca for my birthday, but I don't really get a lot of time. Look at the place; it's very, very beautiful. Look at that. That's the views. So you've got the pool over there. I can't swim, but it is what it is. And then the beach is all the way over there. You can see the mountains. The water is just there, all walking distance, So yeah, really loving it here. But this is the only time where at home I don't really have the space or the time to make videos. But here, I would say I'm thinking, what, this would be a great opportunity to to make a video for you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video and found some value in the video, please do well to like, subscribe to my channel, and with time, I'm just getting settled in my new job now. I'll definitely be making more videos, and there'll be definitely more content coming. I've been Alex. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.